All right, guys, welcome back to Third World Aquatics. This is Joe, and boy, I tell you what, we are on an amazing and crazy adventure that's about ready to unfold. Every once in a while in life, you come across an opportunity, and sometimes you got to stop everything, and I mean everything, to jump on that deal. And that deal has, landed in my lap. So, just a quick backstory. The 1,000-gallon aquarium that you guys have been watching me do the build out on, I got that from a buddy of mine by the name of Corey. Corey lives in Long Island, New York, and I've been conversing with Corey now for probably close to 3 years. The story is Corey came across a very large aquarium, and this is why me and him worked out a deal for the 1,000-gallon tank. Well, Corey came across a 2,200-gallon aquarium that was in Georgia on a movie set where they filmed Sleepy Hollow. Now that is a 4 seasons, I think there's 12 episodes per season, and they used the aquarium during the making of Sleepy Hollow. Well, he came across the tank, he brought it from Georgia to Long Island, New York, and obviously we worked out a deal for the 1,000-gallon aquarium. One of the tricky things here is where Ohio Fish Rescue come into play. As you guys know, Big Rich and Josh have that 4,400-gallon FRP tank, the monster tank in the fish room. Well, when they put that tank on the ground, they did not need the stand. That particular setup also came out of New York. So we worked out a deal where we came across the stand, which in this case, Corey needed the stand for the 2,200. We worked out a price tag for the purchase price of the stand. And then obviously, within that deal, I would get the aquarium. So in the end, all 3 parties were happy. OFR sold the stand. Corey got the stand. And I got the 1,000-gallon aquarium, which you guys are seeing me do the build out on. Well, now, fast forward 2.5, 3 years, Corey's life is obviously very busy, just like everybody's, and he's moving on. He's me and him have come up with a pretty good transaction, and now we here at Their World are going to be the new owners of this aquarium. So, right now, today is July the 4th. And happy 4th of July to everybody. We are prepping to push off right now from Cleveland. We're going to be leaving in the morning, and we're heading for Long Island, New York. So you can see we've already prepped the truck and the trailer. A special call out and a very big thank you to David. David is letting us borrow his 20-foot trailer here, which is absolutely gorgeous. Heavy duty big Tex. So definitely a special call out and a thank you to Dave. So me and John are going to be pushing off in the morning. It's about a 9-hour drive all the way to Long Island. We're going to meet up with Corey, and we are going to attempt, but then again, failure is not an option. We are going to put this 2,200-gallon aquarium on the back of the stand. Unfortunately, we do not have a forklift. The holiday season holiday weekend is here, and we could not get our hands on one fast enough. But don't worry, I think we can slide this tank on top, and then we'll head back to Cleveland. So there it is, guys. Get ready for a pretty interesting adventure and a lot of history on this particular tank. This could possibly be the largest freestanding aquarium in the state of Ohio. I guess that's kind of a call out also. All right, guys. Let's go to New York. All right, guys, we have arrived in Long Island, New York, and here is that 2,200 gallon tank that we were talking about earlier. The stand, obviously, is Ohio Fish Rescue's stand that was used for the 4,400 gallon FRP tank. Tank measures 16 feet long, 6 feet front to back, and 3 foot tall. And as you can see here, and look real closely, you'll actually see 4 gussets that were part of the integrity of the tank, because there was no top. But unfortunately, after driving for about 11 hours, we got here, and talking with Corey, we knew the bottom of the tank was cracked, but he took the lids or plywood that was on top of the tank, he took the plywood off, and just today, with the sun baking down on this, the hairline crack that was here on the bottom is completely opened up. Probably a ½ inch wide, all the way down here to here. And then from here, obviously it goes left. So we knew we had the hairline crack in the bottom of the tank, which is not a problem. You can actually do what you do is you do a V-cut on the bottom here, and angle both sides like a 45-degree angle, and then you take weld on 40, and you actually do a molecular bond, and you actually fuse the 2 bottom panels back together. But obviously you'd want to do that if the panels were flat and flush with one another. But as you can tell, this has risen up almost 1 inch over the last 12 hours. The sun has actually baked this, and actually it's twisted in all different directions. But if this was flat, you could do a V-cut, like I said, put the weld on 40, and you would actually weld the bottom plate back together. Once that was done and smooth, you would take a piece of 3/4 inch acrylic, and you would put that on top, probably in this case 6-8 inches wide, over top the entire crack. It'd be like a big Band-Aid. That was the original plan, but based upon what has transpired over the last couple hours, this crack literally came to the end of the tank, and look what happened. It has split all this right up. Look how this is opened up right here. So this obviously is not good. So that's one of the problems. Obviously that's a huge problem, but you can tell that the tank is tweaked from corner to corner, because now look right here. Hopefully the sun is not blaring too much here, but you can see it's like a bird's wing here and the opposite corner. I'll take you down there right now, which tells me the tank is tweaked. It's tweaked from one end to the other. Look, here's the other bird wing right here. And unfortunately, it's even happening again right here. So, sad to say, but this tank, 2,200 gallons, is shot. Originally, it looks like there was 8-foot panels, 3 foot tall, 8 foot right here. You can see where they actually fused them together, which is not too bad. I could have lived with that. The 4 gussets could have been cut out and routed so that it was smooth with the front and back panels, and then that would have all been polished. And then we were talking about putting a whole top on top of the tank. But now, unfortunately, after 11-hour drive all the way to Long Island, New York, from the Cleveland area, it looks like this is a bust. So we're kind of torn right now on what to do. It looks like this is heading for a garbage can. So, all right, guys. Sorry, that one hurts. And I guess I'll add on one more thing. OFR, I guess you're still in first place. You win.
I don't want to be part of this. I'm too short. What is it?
This is gonna hurt.
Ready?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's loud. Get down there. Oh boy,
Yeah, that's it.
she's heavy.
Nowhere.
Oh, you're killing me. There it goes. Clean up this guy's yard, John.
Home run. That's it.
Oh,
That's it. You still fix it.
get some glue.
Just get that stuff out of there.
Okay, this printer bush is really upsetting Daddy. Well, you got a big tank here. Here, let's wax that.
Some fun, huh?
Try that's up inside the C channel. Oh, there it goes. Maybe that one up inside there.
Yep, a corner.
Woo! You knocked that one out of the park. Anybody want to buy a 2,200 gallon aquarium?
1,800.
That we're down to 1,800. Give me a few more minutes. It'll be 1,500 gallons. How about
Yeah.
that, Bob? So a 600 gallon tank get broken. They ain't never seen a 2,200 gallon get broken. Eat your heart out, Joshy. And Clinton.
We could probably push it now. There we go. That did it.
Oh, what have you done? That is a crime. In the aquatic world.
Yeah. They hate us now.
Julie, unfortunately, you're not going to be getting your saltwater tank. I'm sorry. We're going to have to find another one. Nice.
Got a little gash.
One for the team.
A little gash.
One for the team.
This is a travesty.
How'd you go? That one. Get caught up there. We're free.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a crime to the aquatic world.
You're going to hell. You are. You are going to hell. For the record, I did not swing. I did not swing
Well,
the
listen.
sledgehammer.
Every corner was compromised. There was fatiguing throughout all of the acrylic. There was crazing. There was a butt joint, 4 gussets. The bottom was completely shattered. Trust me,
Gussets even.
Corey knows me enough.
Yep.
If I even had 10%, it'd be on its way to Cleveland.
Yeah, the gusset. Oh, man.
The gussets ain't giving in. They're strong.
That was the only one I cracked, finally.
Stick a fork in it. It's done.
All right, guys, here is the latest. John filmed the first part, and here is the remnants of a 2,200-gallon acrylic aquarium. Trust me, if this thing was salvageable, it would have been kept, it would have been repaired, we would have invested the money into it. I've been doing this way too long. This thing was done. All the corners were compromised, there was fatiguing, and actually after a closer look, it was not 2 inches thick, it's actually 1.5 inches. And the bottom was 1 3/8. So that's a bust. That's the end of a 2,200-gallon tank. Corey, any final words besides the fact? Thanks for letting me drive out here for 11.5 hours today.
That's a bust, literally.
Oh, this hurts. But you can't go home empty-handed. It's a pretty long drive, so we're rigging this thing up, gonna put it on a stand, and we are heading for Cleveland.
All right, if we back it up against the garage, we can push it right on.
Maybe like up against this.
Which one's the wife's car? We don't want to ruin.
Discovery's the life stuff.
Apparently he's doing something better than I am.
Nah, not at all.
I'm tired.
Tiger, you doing? How you doing, Phil? Oh, Corey! Tell me, don't! No, what coal was in here?
Look at that. You said I got a cold one in the truck. I said,
You did say that. I'll give you that. All right, guys. Signing off from New York. We're out of here.